Hello everyone. Hello dear YouTube, dear friends. Hope we are already live. Yes, just let me check my YouTube channel to see are we live or not. Yes, still a couple of minutes please, and we will start covering today's games. I think so far we are live. Hope we are already live. Yes, I think it's more or less fine, and we can go. Yes, today we have round 4 in Karen Asrian Memorial, and after 2 hours another tournament will start. Yes, a round robin tournament in Sweden, and yes, it is going to be very interesting to follow them. Nodirbek Abdusatorov is playing, Arjun Erigaisi is playing, and many other strong players. Yes, for the start, for now we have a 4th round of Coronation Memorial. Let's check the pairings and see yes, how many points players are having. So we have 6 players having 3 points out of 3, and then we are having only 5 players having 2.5 out of 3. So today we are going to have David Shahinian against Manuel Petrosyan, Emin Ohanyan against Hovik Hayrapetyan, Vahe Danielyan against Artur Davtyan, and Alexei Alexandrov is facing Praneshem, Tornike Sanikidze is facing Arsen Davtyan, Korshunov against Bogosyan, Hakopian Hovakimian, and Ingalidze Kagansky. Yes, only 8 boards are possible to see going live. So let's already see, and yes, I will turn this off. Yes, e4 was played by David Shahinian, and Manuel Petrosyan goes c5. Slight surprise. Yes, usually Manuel plays e5 and Rui Lopez, but of course he is 26 plus player. He can switch to different openings, different lines. And if I'm not mistaken, in round 2 against Rudolf Pashikian, he played Najdorf, and Rudolf went for bishop b5, bishop b5 check, and against David Shahinian he also chooses c5. Yes, what about other? So we don't have moves yet in Ohanyan Hayrapetyan game. We are having some developments in Danielyan Davtyan game. Yes, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, bishop b5, knight d7 was played. a4, knight f6, knight c3. Yes, surprisingly, in this tournament, we already seen a few games where white went for bishop b5 check, third move. Yes, here a6 is an option to play bishop e2, b6. I think it was played by Tigran Hambartsyumyan against Hovi Khairapetyan, first round, if I'm not mistaken, maybe second. Yes, g6 is also a possible option. If I'm not mistaken, I played something similar against Gatakamsky recently, and also against Jones. Yes, interesting. And Alexandrov Pranesh, d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6, takes bishop g5, and bishop b4. Yes, c6 is also a possible move. White goes c3, bishop f5 is an option, bishop e7 also possible. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, this was played in last round game between Caruana and Nebo. And it was like e3, h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3. Yes, here h5 is an option to play. So knight e4 was played by Jan, and queen c2 by Fabi. Here, if I'm not mistaken, it was... What did Nepo play here? Yes, it's not easy. I guess it was h5, f3, knight takes g3, h takes g, and bishop e6. Something like this was played, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, bishop b4, no doubts that after e3, Pranesh is going to play h6. And here we are having d4. Wow. David Shahinian goes d4. Yes, here c takes d is the strongest continuation. I don't even expect anything else to really consider. So Manuel Petrosyan is going to take the pawn on d4, and it is very interesting to see what will David Shahinian play here. Queen takes d4, or maybe knight f3, or maybe even c3. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, queen d4. Yes, this is interesting. And in 2023, in European Individual Championship, I was playing against 23-50 player, Skvartsov, and he played d4, c takes d, queen d4, and after knight c3, knight c6, so it was this, and queen d3. He went. While I was preparing against my opponent, I noticed that he goes d4 and queen takes d4. I checked it. Yes, queen d4 was played, and I'm not expecting anything else, so knight c6 most likely to follow. Queen d3, and here, what did I play? I think it was something like knight f6, e6, a6. Let me figure out. So it was knight f6 probably. Knight c3. I played e6. And here, and knight c6 was played, and I'm expecting queen d3. Yes, it is very interesting line. Yes, queen d3 was played. Yes, let me check my YouTube channel to see, do we have anything, and are we live or not. Yes, I think it's fine. Yes, queen d3, and let me try to remember my game. It was knight f6 probably, knight c3, e6. Yes, bishop f4 was played. I went a6. Yes, something like knight f6 and knight c3, e6. Yes, this, And here knight f3 is an option, but my opponent played bishop f4. I played a6, I guess. E5. Let me see it. Like, where can I check? It was round 2. Yes, and knight f6 was played by Manuel Petrosian. Knight c3, yes. And here, if I'm not mistaken, e6 is the strongest move to play. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. I remember while I was preparing against him, I switched on engines, and I saw that modern engines are recommending e6. And the line goes something like knight f3 or bishop f4, and black goes a6. And then somewhere after e5, black plays queen c7. Yes, and what are we having? Yes, let's continue. a6, bishop a4. Yes, very modern approach by Tornike Sanikidze. Yes. Black is having many options like knight d7, bishop d6, maybe even bishop g4. So let's see what will Arsène Davtyan choose. Yes, we are having already moves here. d4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, c4. And d6 by Hovik Karapetyan. Yes, here Sergei Korshunov against Stefan Pogosyan. It was e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, e6. Yes, d4 takes queen c7, g3. So Taimanov with g3. Yes, here a6 is an option to play. Black also can start with knight f6. Wow, here we see some, yes, Ruy Lopez, d3, bishop d2 by Eric Hakopian. Yes, the point of bishop d2 mainly to stop some knight a5 ideas. Yes, short castle h3, useful waiting move. a5, a4, b4, rook e1. Yes, black has many options. I'm sure bishop e6 is an option to play. And here No, I don't like at all what Gaios Nigalidze has done. I don't like at all. So Manuel Petrosyan is taking his time after knight c3. Yes, many options are there, but the most principal one is to go e6. And just very briefly, I will open my chase base and check there my game. Yes, it was e4, this d4 takes, this queen d3, knight f6, knight c3. Yes. Yes, I remember also later on, some maybe weeks, months later, I played against Alexandra Kostenyuk, and she got much better position. So e6 I played. Let me see, do we have my screen or not? Yes, hello to Solomon. Yes, let me just see, do we see my screen or not? Yes, probably we cannot see it. Yes, I see. I see. So it was b5, e5, queen c7, and knight g8. Yes, I will just update. Yes, my point was to go to chase base and find my game against Kvartsov in this line. Yes, but because of some technical issues, I cannot open chase base. So hope now. Yes. Now it's back. Yes, I had time to check my game. It was knight f6. Yes, it was e6, bishop f4, a6, long castle b5, e5, queen c7. This is what modern engines are showing as the strongest for black. But I'm sure like other moves shouldn't be worse for black also. But this one is the most principal one. Yes. And here we are having updates. So Ragozin, Emin played this line against Vace Hovakimian, if I'm not mistaken, round 2. And today he decided to repeat. Yes, here famous drawish line is to take knight d4, Yes, bishop d7, queen b3, knight c6, knight takes c6, bishop takes c3, rook takes c3, bishop c6, bishop b5, bishop d5, bishop c4, bishop c6. You can find many games in database. Yes, also recently during European team championship, I think my opponent, yes, knight takes c6, bishop c3, queen c3 was played by Ioannidis Yevgenius, and here the point is queen c3 does not work because of knight e7, so bishop takes c6, queen f6, g takes f, and black does not have any problems, and game of very soon after maybe another 5-10 moves ended in a draw. Yes, but I mean, of course, goes for something more. Knight e4, queen e7. Here, if I'm not mistaken, black also has option of going queen f5. So queen e7, a3, bishop a5, queen takes d4, and rook d8. Rook d8 by Hovik Hayrapetyyan, the strongest move. Yes, if you go knight c6, then white is having queen c5, and white is maybe tiny better. And I just remember game of Daniel Dubov against Vishy Anand. So rook d8, queen d5 is the strongest here, and bishop b6. Yes, you go bishop b6. If I'm not mistaken again, this is my game. Yes, queen e5 was played. I was black against Vignesh. Yes, 2022 in Dubai Open. Yes, later on, maybe 2023, Haig Martirosyan played it against Juvenjun, and Haig managed to win. Yes, queen e5, and Hovik is taking his time. Yes, bishop b6 is the strongest because you can maybe go knight c6, but the problem is knight is not well placed on c6. Knight should go to d7 and f6. Yes, so bishop b6, if I'm not mistaken, rook fd1 was played by Vignesh. I went knight d7, and Vignesh played queen d6, king f8, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, black's point is not to develop knight on c6, just delay for 1-2 moves and develop it on d7, and then to bring it f6. And e6 was played, bishop f4 and d5. So in my game against Skvartsov, I went a6 and after long castle b5. So Manuel plays d5, and yes, I think white is having some options. E takes d, long castle. Yes, and what about knight b5? Knight b5 probably is not serious at all. Yes, because at least d5 is there. Yes. What about long castle? What about long castle? Yes, it is interesting already. I'm not aware of d5. Yes, I do have knight b5. I can take on d5 as well, and I have long castle. Yes, I don't like taking on d5 much. But for example, why long castle isn't working? Yes, I don't like e5 as well, because after e5 you have knight d7 even, and you are just fine. And knight b5 is an option to consider. Yes, but at least if black plays e5, yes, I think black just goes e5, and yes, I think long castle can be interesting move to consider. Yes, you can develop your bishop. I don't think d takes c works here. I really doubt much that d takes e can work in this position. So I'm expecting a long castle. And let's try to go a little bit deep. Yes, quite a brave decision by Manuel. But I don't think he knows, because he already took some time. Yes, knight b5 we don't go because of e5 at least. So e takes d is an option to consider, and honestly speaking, I don't see why e takes d. Probably Manuel wants to go knight b4, you know. And queen b5, there is bishop d7, and we are having problems with c2. And at least I can take back on d5 with one of my knights. Yes, but here I don't see much for Blake. Like, no. Because now I'm threatening just to take it. So what does he want? Maybe just going bishop e7. Yes, let's say if you take d takes c, then problem can easily be like takes, and something like knight b5 can finish the game, because I'm threatening knight c7 and it is very hard to stop it. Yes, you can take knight e4, but this is like knight takes e4, d takes c. I will take with the queen probably, and somehow it is obvious that white is better. Yes, with bishop c4, knight f3 ideas. So maybe bishop e7 is an option to play. And now if he takes d, then knight b4. But this is very tricky. Like, first of all, I'm having some queen g3 ideas. Also, I can go queen b5, bishop d7, and take on b7 maybe. Yes, it is interesting. No, still white is. Yes, I'm expecting long castle, and honestly, for the moment, I don't see what Manuel Petrosian wants to play here. Yes, maybe d4, but this is too much probably. Maybe he really wants to go d4. And if knight b5, then e5 is the only move. And yes, looks like black does not have problems here. Yes, but do I have... And e5 is simply nothing, because at least you can take it. Yes, I'm forced to take, but of course I'm in huge trouble. Yes, maybe d4 is the idea. And yes, knight b5 seems I'm forced. Yes, knight b5, but e5 is coming. Yes. Wow. Yes, actually, yes, g4 is the move in my game against Vignesh. So he played rook fd1, I went knight d7, queen d6, and king f8. So g4, knight d7, and here queen f4 is an option to play, or queen g3. If I'm not mistaken, here the strongest move is to go knight f6. Yes, knight f6. Yes, but Emin knows very deep. And knight f6, knight takes f6. Yes, queen takes f6, and maybe h4, sacrificing b2. Yes, but still it's a theoretical position, and knight f6 is the move to play. That's why we don't develop knight on c6 to have option of going knight f6 later on. Yes, another move was, instead of going queen g3, queen f4. I'm sure I checked some years ago this line, but I can say that he knows openings very well. Like, very often I'm just following his games. And yes, here queen f6, and if I'm not mistaken, g takes f is also possible, but queen f6 is the strongest move, and there white should go. Yes, somehow I remember this h4 move, you know, h4. Queen takes f6, h4. Because if after queen takes f6 black manages to go bishop d7, then black simply does not have any problem. Bishop d7, bishop c6, or bishop d7, bishop e8, and black is more than fine. Yes, you don't want to commit your structure going g takes f, because yes, I would take with the queen, and there I'm expecting h4 by Emin, and the problem is after h4 queen b2. Why queen b2 is not really working? I guess queen b2 you just push g5. I think something like that. Yes, what are we having? Yes, not much is happening here. Like, black does not have any problems at all, and maybe black is already better. Yes, knight is very well placed on d6. Yes, the other knight already on d7. Yes, what about Arsène Dartian? So he played bishop d6, short castle, and bishop e6. So Berlin type of structure, anti-Berlin type of structure. Yes, here, yes, usually you can go some knight c3. I think nowadays white tries something like knight c3, going bishop e3, and then going knight d2, moving another knight to somewhere, and then f4. Yes, always you can go knight g5 as an option. Yes, knight g5 is one option. Yes, bishop b3, possible move to play, not committing development of b1 knight, and later on white will see where to develop it, on c3 or on d2. Yes, I don't think any breaks in the center works. Something like d4, for example. Okay. What are we having? Yes, this is also known line, like a6 was played, bishop g2, knight f6, short castle takes, take bishop c5, bishop f4, d6, queen d2, h6. Here you attack d6 by playing rook d1, rook a d1, I guess. e5, bishop e3. Yes, rook a d1 is the strongest move here to play. Yes, it is very much interesting why knight a4 move is not working. Probably e5 is the move. Like why I'm not playing knight a4. Yes, bishop is hanging. I want to just take on c5. You don't have moves with the bishop because d6 is hanging. So I assume e5 is the move here. Yes, so it does not make any sense to go bishop e3, so I should take it. And you take here, of course. Yes, you can take it takes f, but you can also take maybe here bishop e3 and try to go after e3 bishop. Or you have also e takes f, which is not obvious at all, like knight d3 probably, and something like f takes, h takes, and this position shouldn't be very bad for black. Yes, but maybe here even d takes c is stronger, and bishop e3, knight g4 just. So I will take on e3, which forces you to take with the queen, and then my bishop comes to e6, short castle. Yes, though I'm having and white potentially has d5 square as a outpost, but I don't think it's realistic to somehow exploit d5 square. Yes, h6, the point of h6 is to prepare e5, otherwise if you would play e5 then bishop g5 would be very unpleasant. And here very often bishop b4 is not really working because of knight b5 jumps. Yes, I'm expecting to rook d1 and e5 bishop e3. And yes, David Shahinian is still thinking. Yes, a very interesting decision by Manuel Petrosian. So let's try to go a little bit deep. So knight b5, e5 you will play. Yes, it takes d, knight. Yes, I have it. I have it actually. It's not like very. So the point is, if takes, of course, knight b4 should be the move. And queen b5, bishop d7. And now we are in some trouble. We should play queen d2. Yes, e5 I don't like at all. So long castle, and here somehow we realize that d4 might be an option. Yes, you have here knight b4, but it's like a very weird move. I have queen b5 and then taking on b7. It will be very hard for black to trap my queen on b7. Yes, but d4 might be interesting, you know. e5 is not working, so you are threatening to take it on c3. So knight b5, e5 is coming. Yes. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? Yes, I was trying to make this work, but... And the problem is you are also threatening some a6 idea, so... I should maybe takes. Yes, here I wanted to go queen g3. Yes, it's not easy at all for black to play, to make a move, because knight c6 check is coming, knight g4 check is coming, knight d4 ideas are not there, e5 is hanging. Yes, you have knight fd7, for example. Yes, bishop d6 as well, I don't think it works, because of just rook takes d4. Yes, you have such a move, such an interesting move, and here I don't really see anything for white. What if I will play after d4 some move with the queen? But where exactly? Yes, queen g3 I don't have, because at least knight h5 is coming. I have queen f3, but I don't like it at all. No, maybe very interesting decision. So let's check knight b5 carefully. So knight e4 is nothing, just knight c7. So I assume bishop b4 just c3. So the move should be e5. And here if I move my bishop, then yes, it's really hard to explain why I played knight b5. So let's take here. Yes, e takes f, I can take d takes c, and so far I'm doing okay. So knight d5, I can always take queen d5. So knight b4 should be the move. Yes, knight b4 should be the move, but here I have a couple of options. You know, I have queen c4, for example, such an interesting move. I have queen e2. Let's say I go queen c4. What is happening? So this is really a mess. Like e takes f, I will go knight c7. But you are not of course forced to go e takes f, but I don't see much. Yes, e takes f, let's say I go knight c7. You should play yes, king d7 I guess, but I can take on a8. And this position I like for white. And yes, long castle was played. And I'm not sure about how correct this move is, but at least chess.com shows that white went wrong. You know, knight b5 maybe would have been quite interesting. Going knight b5 and after e5 maybe taking here. And something like queen c4. Yes, but long castle was played, and here I'm not expecting anything else than d4. Yes, because knight b4 looks so weird. I can move my queen. I have also queen b5, queen takes b7. Yes, you can move your bishop, but it takes d anyway comes. So I'm expecting d4 move. And here I'm threatening to go e5. And this knight is also hanging. So knight b5, e5. And here, yes, maybe takes queen g3. This can be interesting because bishop d6, g7 is also hanging. I guess rook takes d4. Yes, I don't think rook g4, knight g4 is really working. And yes, knight d7 black can play, which is a decent move and very much possible. Also, black maybe can go queen e7, which is a little bit weird. Rook d4, for example. Yes. So let's see. No, Manuel Petrosian taking his time, obviously, because d4 is a very important decision, because if something goes wrong after d4, then you can have unpleasant position. But if d4 works, then you easily can get equality and maybe something more than equality. Yes, and here g takes f was played. Yes, I'm sure that queen takes f6 was the strongest, but maybe Hovik Hayratbekyan, first of all, he was not really aware of the line, and yes, g takes f is just decent as well. Yes, but Emin continued with queen f4, attacking the pawn, and queen e4. So now, obviously, he is threatening some bishop d3, and also he kind of stops bishop d7 because b7 pawn is hanging. Yes. So what should black do here? Should I play rook b8, bishop d7? Yes, you can go bishop d7, but let's not forget that bishop d3 comes, and already we are in some trouble. Yes, let me check. Yes, what should we do here? Bishop d7, but you can just take my pawn. You can also go bishop d3, and queen h7 is a very annoying threat. And yes, I have rook h8, but then probably you will take just on b7. And bishop d7, bishop d3, something like f5, g takes f comes, bishop c6 was my idea. But first of all, some rook c6 sacrifices can be there. Yes, it is possible. But here also we should consider this move as well. What to do? Bishop d7, queen b7. Let's say if I'm just taking the pawn. Because maybe this line really works. Maybe, yes, if rook h8, then this is probably better version for white, just provoking, forcing opponent to place the rook on h8 and then taking on b7. And after queen b7, maybe threatening some bishop b5 stuff. Yes, but even here it's not easy, like h5. Really complicated. Yes, who cares about b7 pawn if I'm almost opened h or g files. Yes, bishop d7, queen takes b7 can be an option. Yes, I was trying to make rook c8 work, but yes, it's hard to say. I'm not threatening any bishop c6. Yes, by queen e4, white, of course, slowly prepares bishop d3, but also stops bishop d7. Otherwise, black wanted to go bishop d7 and place bishop on c6. Yes, another game where Emin proved and proves that he's quite good in openings. Though I'm sure that white doesn't have anything significant, but practically it's unpleasant when your opponent blitzes out all the moves and you're sitting and trying to figure out how to continue. And for the moment, honestly, I see some small issues. Bishop d7 with the idea to go bishop c6, but here Not even bishop d3, just queen takes b7. Yes, you can go rook c8, but as we pointed out, bishop c6 is not a threat. So why do you go rook c8? Yes, if you don't play bishop d7, obviously you don't have any e5 ideas to activate your bishop, because it does weaken all the light squares. Yes, f5 isn't really working. I can just take g takes f, and I'm at least pawn up. You have ideas to go h5, and for example, if g takes h, then you can go f5. But the problem is being that after h5, I can maybe just ignore, and after h takes g, queen g4 comes. Yes. You have this rook b8 with the idea to go bishop d7, which is actually very much possible. And yeah, something like this, for example. Yes, you can go h4 with the g5 ideas. You can play bishop b5 in order to trade the bishops if opponent goes bishop d7. You have rook fd1, but I don't like it at all. Bishop d7, just you can go bishop d3, threatening queen h7, but just rook h8. Why I'm losing here? And my idea is to play bishop d7, bishop c6. Once I get bishop d7, bishop c6, I'm more than fine. And you know, I'm not sure that my rook is badly placed on h8. At some point, I can consider going h5 and trying to break through in that side of the board. Yes, rook fd1, just empty move. No one cares about the file. I will just go bishop d7. So h4, bishop d7 anyway. g5, h takes, f takes. I'm fine. Bishop d3, rook h8 is there. Yes, I don't think you have such a moves. I think f takes c will can work here. Yes, your idea is to take there, but I was trying to make something else work, but no, maybe, but I don't need f takes c. I don't need f takes c at all. I don't need. Yes, knight is simply hanging. Maybe I even can go bishop d7. Yes, but Hovik Karapetyan is taking his time. And yes, Manuel went d4. And d4 was the strongest according to engines. And now David Shahinian should really figure out what he's doing. Yes, because e5, just knight b5 he goes. Yes, e5 is forced. So Manuel is forced to go e5. And yes, we see that long castle with it's marked with the red color. It means mistake or close to mistake. Yes, it is very much interesting to see what does David Shahinian want to play after e5. I don't see anything better than just taking. And you know, here this move does not work. Knight e4 does not work. Knight g4, the other knight. Bishop d6, you can take rook d4 at least, and nothing is really working. Yes, queen e7 is an option to play, but at least rook d4 comes, and this is complicated. Yes, knight d6 is a check, is a threat. Yes, but what about knight f to d7? Here I'm not sure. Here I'm not sure. Yes, you can continue taking rook d4. You can continue attacking knight on e5 by pushing f4. You can also continue going knight f3. Yes, knight f3, this is interesting. This is interesting at least. Knight c6 is not working. Knight f3 is an option to play. I'm threatening to take knight e5. And e5, of course, e5 was played. Yes, here I'm expecting this, and queen g3, this, and knight f3. Yes, here at least a6 is an option to play. And what about f6? What if I go f6 simply? Yes, queen e7, queen f6 I don't have, but I have f6. What if I just go f6? No, but this is complicated. Yes, bishop e5. Yes, I like the way players are playing. Respect to the players, both the players. Knight e5. Knight e5 is forced. Yes, knight e5 and queen g3. It is very much interesting how will and what will Manuel Petrosyan play and continue. And as a spectator, as a commentator, I like developments in this game. Yes, knight f7. Let's say I go knight f3. I don't like f4 much because you can just go knight c6, and what do I want? Yes, I just don't see what I achieved by pushing. So knight f3, and here a6 can be a very interesting move. Like if I take knight f3, you have option. You have option of taking with the g pawn. You can also go this check. Yes, but I like f6, but knight f takes d4 comes. And now, this knight does not have squares to go because of knight c7. With the bishop, you also don't have moves, and with the knight, yes, knight c5, it is very, very risky. But you have moves with the queen, let's say. Like queen b6 can be an option, yes, but now knight e6 comes. Knight e6 or even knight f5. No, wait, we should find, yes, a6 is an option to play, as I pointed out. So knight takes e5, you take a takes b, and here I should go bishop takes b5 probably, or rook takes d4. Let's take bishop takes b5. Now what is happening? Now bishop b4, bishop c5 is not really working. You have bishop d6, but you are not even threatening to take bishop e5. Just queen g7 finishes the game almost. So, but you have rook a2. Very unpleasant move. Rook takes a2 follows. And now, okay, queen b3 is not much because of rook a1 check at least. I wanted to make this move work, but this is so complicated. This is so complicated, and it looks better for black, honestly speaking. Yes, but you are forced. Do we have any moves? No, queen g3 was played. Yes, honestly, without having access to engines, my feelings are telling me that e takes d would have been even stronger. And yes, e takes d. No, wait, sorry. Knight b5. And after e5, e takes d. Knight b4, queen c4. Yes, this. Yes, I don't think black has anything more than going knight fd7. Maybe I'm missing something, but probably knight fd7 is the strongest move. And yes, I can continue taking with the rook, but here I don't like just if black simply goes a6. Yes, black does have a6, and what to do. So knight f3 I like, but a6 anyway comes. No, I don't think by taking on d4 you have enough compensation. So knight e5, a takes b. What is happening here? Bishop takes b5, rook takes a2. So king b1 does not really work because of queen a5. It's important. Yes, what should I do? Probably I should take here, but no one is going to check and take my rook. For example, queen a5 can be very annoying, very, very annoying. Yes, now rook a1 is a checkmate, queen b5 is also hanging, and you don't have anything. Okay, let's check a little bit more. Knight fd7. What does he want? Yes, knight takes e5, a takes b, and it does look better for black. So bishop b5, rook takes a2. Okay, let's check a little bit other games. So what are we having here? Yes, queen d6 was played by Hovik Karapetyan. Yes, very classy move. Very classy move. He stops bishop d3 and stops rook fd1. He stops both bishop d3 and rook fd1. Yes, you know, very interesting decision by. And what do you think? If I go rook d1, takes, king g2, can I be better here? I don't think I have any chance to be better here. Despite white is ahead in development. Yes, but you just need bishop d7, bishop c6, and I can be in huge trouble actually. No, I was trying to make bishop d3 ideas work with queen h7, and if bishop d7, but you can easily sacrifice on b7, and I don't think you have any problems. And also, let's not forget that bishop d7 can be yes, another threat is bishop d7, queen b7, bishop c6, rook fd1, bishop c6 anyway. Yes, very, very classy move. What if I just go bishop b3? Yes, I have it, but you have this queen d3 probably. Yes, great move. And I think you also can maybe consider this, because if I play this, then bishop c6 comes. Yes, I don't have anything. Rook d6, bishop takes e4. Rook c6, queen takes c6. Yes, but I can take maybe here. Shouldn't be worse for black, but I think after bishop b3, queen d3 is also enough. Yes, either white should trade the queens or should move the queen away. Yes, very classy move by Hovik Karapetyan. I'm not even sure how can white continue posing more problems. So bishop b3, the point was to play rook fd1. I don't like going queen b1 because queen should stand on e4 to control many squares, including kingside. Yes, this can be really interesting. Yes, but the problem is you will just go bishop d7. Otherwise, bishop d3 would have been very unpleasant. So bishop d7, and now no way I can try to trap black's rook, and I should take there. And yes, you have moves like just moving the rook somewhere, you know, just moving this rook somewhere like d8. Yes, d8 probably the strongest. Yes, I don't think black is worse. Yeah, still we don't have moves, like bishop does not have squares to go. Yes, very classy move. And what are we having here? Yes, d5, he takes d, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, d4, c4, b3, c takes b, c4, d takes c, bishop c4, b5, a takes b. Yes, knight b6, but queen b3, bishop takes b3. So d4 was played, and Davtyan went c4, b3, and c takes b, and not c takes b, because after c takes b, black does not have any problem. c4 was played, d takes c, bishop takes c4, b5, and a takes b. Yes, you can take with the queen, with the knight. I think with the knight is more flexible. Yes, but what do you want here? Because now I'm threatening some knight e5. Yes, you can go bishop b7, bishop d5. Okay, but what else can I do? Yes, it does not make any sense not to take the pawn on b6. So takes, bishop b3 will follow. Yes, I don't like bishop g4, bishop f5, even bishop e6 I don't like. Yes, I think bishop b7 we should go, with the idea of knight e5. Yes, bishop d5. Yes, if bishop d5, then now you can take with the knight. So bishop c2, I assume white can try. Yes, white also has some rook e1, obviously, but rook e1, bishop b4 I will play. Yes, bishop c2, and now I'm threatening some queen d3, queen h5, queen g4, you know. Yes, but you also have some moves, no? You can maybe continue knight c4, queen d3 is coming, sorry. No, but what else do you want? Like any bishop f6, bishop d6, bishop b4. You can take with the queen, but yes, just to keep the knight on d7 and not really let opponent to jump with the knight. But this looks too deep. Oh, I will anyway take on b3. Queen b6 maybe, huh? I will take it. bishop b7 maybe. You know, but I'm not sure. I don't like black's queen on b6. No, I like more taking with the knight. Bishop b3, and here maybe yes, but I am already threatening this, so bishop b7 is very logical. Knight d5, bishop d5, and here bishop c2. How do you stop all my threats? Let's say. Yes, knight c4 is not really working because of queen d3, but you have knight d7. You can go through d7, and queen g4 is nothing. Queen h5 I have, but you can at least go knight f6. And I think you are kind of forced to go knight f6, because g6 I can always take it. And d5 is hanging. Yes. Wow, b2 was played. b2. So bishop takes b2 is the only move. And oh, I think he anyway wants to take it. Yes, actually very, very deep. Very deep. I should say that very deep. So Davtyan went b2, provoking, and yes, bishop b2 obviously. Yes, knight b6 I will anyway play something like bishop b3. Okay, let's see. And bishop e2 was played. We fully understand the point of bishop e2. Emin wants to go rook fd1, but and he didn't play bishop b3 probably to stop queen d3, but queen d5. Now black had access to d5 square, so I'm just wondering why Hovig didn't play it. Yes, not because of rook fd1. I guess bishop c6 black is doing just fine, and also not bishop d3, because even bishop c6 move can be possible. Yes, let's say check this. If checking e7 and many pieces are hanging, like this is probably already lost for white, like rook is coming to h8, g8, f3, knight is hanging, d3, bishop is hanging. No, but here maybe you can just go bishop e4 and keep some initiative. Yes, but he went queen d5, and what's the idea? For example, what should yes, I'm not forced to trade the queens. Yes, I have some squares. Maybe here, because if I take rook takes d5, and yes, I should play rook fd1. No, but I don't think here I can be. Maybe even you can go just d takes d, you know. It does look weird, but it is possible. Because g4 pawn is hanging, d4 is a threat. No, but I will of course take with the rook. What about some other moves, like queen c2 or b1? Yes, but you move your queen too far away, like queen c2, maybe even like queen c2. Yes, this can be interesting. This can be interesting. Knight fd7 was played by Manuel Petrosian, and the strongest move. And here I don't really see what white is going to play. Like knight takes d4, but I don't think you have enough compensation. Rook d4, a6 is always coming. Yes, f4 you have, but even if I go knight c6, so knight f3, a6. Maybe I forgot. Like knight f3, a6, knight takes c5, a takes b. And here I was always trying to make this work, but maybe rook d4 do I have? Yes, let's say, let's try this. So rook a2, yes, rook a2 is forced. Though I'm having some queen b6 maybe. Yes, my point was here to take. And what do you do here? Probably bishop takes d7. And I wanted to take here. Yes, but this does not work. This does not work, I guess, because of just rook a1 and queen a5. Yes, this looks very... Though still we should continue the line. I think something like c3, even possible. And this is very chaotic position. Like, very hard to understand what is happening. So rook takes d4, let's say I'm going. And what do you want to play? Queen b6, queen c7 isn't working. No, queen b6 or rook takes a2. So queen b6, which is possible option, of course. Yes, this is very much possible, and I should already maybe play some rook d5. Now my idea was if rook a2 just to take there. So I'm not afraid of any rook a2, rook a1. Like I'm not afraid of this. Yes, bishop d7, and I will. I have this actually. Queen e7 check, bishop e7. Bishop takes. No, but I have something like this, Yes, I wanted to go bishop b5. Let's see. Of course, bishop b5 does lose because of queen e5, and then queen e7, queen b5, or queen b8, bishop a7, queen b5. Yes, you don't have queen a5 as well. So with the bishop, so rook a1 should be played. Rook h1, it means that you are in trouble. Yes, but you have options. You have interesting moves. Like one of them is bishop b4 check, the other is queen a5. Here I wanted to go c3, and now, no doubts, if you take my rook, then bishop d7 or queen b8 will checkmate. So bishop b5, queen b8 is checkmate, but here queen b5 you continue. And I have this perpetual. Yes, maybe I don't have anything more than that. Yes, and David Chahinian is taking his time. It is very interesting. Will he go knight f3? And this is very critical line, and here I wanted to make this work. Otherwise, bishop b5, rook a2 comes, and we are not in time. So rook d4, let's say you take it on a2, bishop b5 comes. And, no, not bishop b5, knight d7. Yes, queen a5 you can try here, but yes, you can try it. You can try it, and seems like it's working. Seems like it's working. Yes, the question is like, how do you mate if I go c3? Do you really see checkmate ideas? Because bishop d7, queen b8 is always there. Yes, respect to the players very much. because they created a mess already after 10 moves. Yes, and here bishop b3 was played, and they agreed in a draw. Yes. Yes, and knight g5 was played. Yes, first knight c3, queen e7, knight g5, attacking the bishop. Black went bishop g4, not allowing to trade the pieces. Bishop g4, f3, bishop h5, knight h3. And computer engine did not like bishop h5. Because you know, bishop on h5 is very restricted. It doesn't do anything. Yes, complicated fight. And queen b4 was played, and bishop d7 by Hovik Hayrapetyyan. So white simply does not have anything better than going rook fd1, and I assume Hayrapetyyan wants to play queen a5 because not much moves actually left. Yes, I don't see any moves, honestly speaking. I don't see any moves, so queen a5 should be the move. And what can I do here? Can I jump to queen e7? Yes, because queen e4 I don't have, there is bishop c6 always. Takes. Yes, if queen a5, then white does not have much. Of course, white is not worse. Only white can be better, but let's try queen e7. Let's see what is happening there. But you know, I'm worried that I don't have any threats there. For example, even if you go bishop c6, like the most straightforward move, what I'm doing here. I think only white is risking to maybe get some problems, because there's nothing is working for white. So it means that after rook d1, which is the most logical move, yes, we can also try e4, but queen is not trapped. Queen a5 is possible, and like you just weakened your dark squares. Yes, rook fd1, queen goes a5, and here yes, maybe queen f4 you can still continue, but I will just go bishop c6. Yes, I don't see any problems. I don't see any problems for black. And queen is quite well placed on a5, just controlling fifth rank. Okay, let's go a little bit back. So knight fd7 is on board, and white is taking his time. What are we having here? So rook d1 was played as we kind of predicted. e5, bishop e3, bishop e6, takes. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere here, yes, I guess it was, so bishop e3, and bishop e3 is the move, possible option. And I remember a game between Tari and Caruana, where Tari took f takes c, but Fabi just played bishop e6, allowed this sacrifice of the pawn on d6 and got decent compensation, and in the end managed to win the game. Yes, in this game Stefan Pogosyan went bishop e6, takes knight d5, takes queen d6. Yes, and f4. Yes, c4 is another option here to play. f4 was played, obviously. Yes, e takes f was played. Yes, interesting decision. Let me just take... One second, let me check the YouTube. Hello, Angie. So I like queen e7. In which... queen e7, probably Manuel's game. Yes, f4, here I'm... the problem is if you castle short side, then f takes c comes, and after queen e5, white has the option of going d6. Yes, otherwise, so e takes f was played, but now white has this check, and you know, I'm having some doubts. Because time of game. Yes, this one. Exchange sacrifice. Let me remember. I remember some Vidit's game. Yes, but for sure bishop e3 is a possible option, and f takes c was played in Tari Caruana game. Caruana sacrificed on d6 and got a good compensation because of doubled e pawns, and managed to win the game. Yes, bishop e6 is possible move, no doubt. Takes knight d5, takes this. Otherwise white, if let's say you go short castle, then d6, and white is having like very big advantage, so queen d6. Here you have the c4 ideas, but after let's say short castle, it will be very hard to make any real progress. So f4, and okay, well, let's see what can we do. Queen a5, probably b6 is the idea to play. I can even take queen f4, you know, I can even take queen f4. Like queen a5 check is there, but what will you play? Like you are having king c8 even. You can also go b6. Yes, am I ready to sacrifice a pawn after going queen a5? It's not easy at all. Of course, I can go g takes f and then maybe try to place my rook on e5. Yes, but I like also very much taking with the queen. Yes, I think you are forced to trade the queens. And now I'm threatening to go d6. I'm really threatening to go d6. I'm really threatening to go. Yes, rook e6 ideas are not working. Queen a5, b6 is there. Even if I go queen c3, then I'm not threatening rook e6, f takes c. Yes, g takes f is an option to play. Yes, you will most likely go king c7, or maybe even rook e8. But let's say I'm taking with the queen, you don't have any king c7, I guess just rook e7 finishes the game almost. So you should take it, g takes f, and what is happening here? I'm threatening d6, like King d7, d6, king c7, d6. Yes, probably rook e8 can be the move, but let's say anyway I'm pushing d6. This and let's not forget that I'm also having some rook e5 ideas. I can take on e8 and then go d6. I can go d6 directly. Yes, good position for Sergei. Korshunov. Yes. And yes, rook d1, queen a5 was played. Very classy game by Hovik Karapetyan. Though decisions are not hard, but he managed to find queen d6. Like, great move. So I was really considering some rook b8 and yes, queen d6. Like, very classy move. You know, because you don't want to move your queen. It is obvious, like queen is not well placed on d6, but by placing your queen on d6 you are first of all stopping rook fd1, second you are stopping bishop d3, and you are having ideas of going bishop d7 and bishop c6. So like multi functional queen d6 and then queen d5 and then queen a5. And what are we having? Yes, it does look better for white. Yes, because black has some problems with the knight on c6. It's hard to find a good square for the knight. I mean, good square can be on b4, but the problem is if you move it, then pawn on c7 is hanging. Okay. And yes, David is taking his time. What else to do? And here, I guess slowly Alexandrov is outplaying his opponent. What I see, white achieved a lot because white placed knight on c5. Pieces are very harmoniously placed, like queen on d1, rooks are on a1 and c1. And white even managed to play g3, just restricting the d6 bishop. So black allowed b5. Knight is doing almost nothing on d8, just very cementing pawn on c6, but that's all what knight is doing on d8. Yes, not much to say about the d6 bishop, because bishop simply doesn't do anything. And also the same about the other bishop on g6. Yes, a takes b, a takes b, c takes b, a takes b. Like, how would I continue here? Yes, I'm not sure at all. Yes, c takes b I don't like. C takes b I will just go a takes b. And then we are getting some more targets. Yes, you can take a takes b, but yes, and later on white can even enter with the rook to 8 rank. Yes, I think 96 ideas aren't working. Like, first of all, just b takes a or b takes c. Yes. I think black is in huge trouble. Because your g4 ideas aren't working. I can go knight h4, I can go knight d2. Yes, 96 is b takes c, just winning a pawn. Yes, a takes, a takes. Yes, a takes b is obvious. And maybe here he wants to just take bishop c5. Because if knight e6, I'm very much worried about this, or even just takes and then taking on c6. No, but you have maybe bishop c5. Now d takes c, you will go knight e6. If rook c5, you will play knight e6 anyway. Let's say rook c3. Rook c3, it allows some c5 ideas. Yes, rook c2 I don't have. Let's say rook c1. No, but this is unpleasant position, no? Like knight is coming to e5, c6 pawn is hanging. It is unpleasant. Maybe he does want to play this. And if b takes c, here maybe you can take with the bishop. But let's not forget that wow. Anji is saying had a winning position against Alexandrov in 2018 in a similar structure, but lost in time pressure. Yes. No, a takes b, he will definitely take. And now I'm not sure at all what Pranesh is planning to play, because bishop c5 I will just take with the rook. Yes, and knight e6 is the only move. Yes, here rook c3 makes sense, but I will just go rook c1, and now I'm threatening knight e5, so this is very unpleasant position. So I was trying to make knight e6 work, but let's say even knight e6, f takes c, b takes c, and I'm taking on c6. Yes, you take, I just take, and nothing is working. Like bishop g3, I just take on d6. Yes, now I'm threatening already to go rook a8, which is, and a takes b was played, of course. Yes, very interesting. What will Pranesh do? Does he want to take c takes b? No, but the problem with c takes b, I will just maybe he really wants to go for it, like bishop takes b5. Yes, but after bishop b5, now black does have a couple of targets, like on b5, b7, d5. Yes, some knight d7 ideas are there. I want to also play some bishop d3 maybe. f5. Wow, interesting and very brave. So black is almost burning all the bridges. Like they are going for f4 idea. So I have rook a8. I can start with b takes c. Yes, b takes c probably forces b takes c. He just wants to take with the b pawn, like b takes c, and then continue f4. Yes, interesting approach, I should say. No, I don't like b6 because this is too deep and it will take too much time. Yes, I don't understand also rook a7 because like b7 is so well protected. Yes, and if b takes c will come, and then I'm going for f4. So how can we stop f4? I like such idea, just knight d3 going for knight e5, knight f or knight d to e5, but you know anyway you will play f4, and I'm not sure that, let's say b takes c, I go knight d3, you push f4, and yes, but anyway you are almost reaching my king. Yes, you got my king already. Yes, very interesting way of playing. Yes, I have rook a7, but do I need it? Rook a8 I can try, but what do I want? Yes, knight d3 is an option to go knight d5, but just f4, f takes c, or f4, g4. No, probably not g4, but f4 and then f takes c. Yes, never seen, honestly, such a way of playing this type of positions. Like placing knight on d8, going a6, b5, a takes, and just going f5, f4. And white goes f4. Yes, I was suggesting knight f3. And a6, knight e5, a takes b, rook d4. So white goes f4, and let's see what are we having here. So knight c6 is one option. Knight g6 I don't like much, because knight g6, let's say f5, and I guess we are simply forced to go knight e5, which simply means that white went f4 and f5, and we are having the same position. Yes, my question is, I'm having a6, obviously, and also I can go knight c6. You know, he might even go knight f3. Bishop c4, knight f3, 5. Yes, you know, you can consider this move, going knight f3. Yes, my idea is being, whenever a6, I just want to take with the knight. Yes, you don't have any moves with the bishop, because always queen g7 is hanging. So yes, from my experience, I can tell that David Shahinian is quite good in such a messy positions, but also knowing Manuel Petrosian quite well, I can say that whenever he takes any piece or any material, it means that he doesn't see anything obvious from the opponent's side. So it is very interesting for me to follow who is bluffing or who doesn't see any real compensation, but just bluffs. Yes, f4. Yes, what if I continue a6? Let's say f takes e, a takes b. Here I think more or less black is fine. I think black is better. So knight d4 is the move, which forces you to go knight c6, obviously. And yes, something like yes, first of all, knight f5 is an option to, and knight f3 is also there. You know, I'm very much worried that in a similar position, like what to do. Bishop c5, where to develop my bishop e7. Yes, sacrificing another pawn on g7, you can. Yes, you don't have any moves with the other knight. Knight d4 is possible, but I will just take knight d4. I'm threatening bishop c4 to play. Yes, you have such moves like going, I don't know, maybe queen c7, maybe queen a5. But queen a5, bishop c4 is there. Yes. Maybe bishop e7, but let's not forget that knight f5 is coming. Also, I can always take and take queen g7, or maybe queen g7, bishop f6, and moving queen back to g3. Yes. So after knight c6, does he really want to go f5? Like, do I have this? I think I have it. I think I have it. Yes, you can take knight d4, but this is too complicated. Yes, let's, we will see. And Amin is taking his time. He's very ambitious, he wants to continue, but yes, I'm sure that he is also, he does not see anything concrete and anything promising for white. Yes, but in a different ways he can just trade the queens and make a draw. And 95, btac 95, yes. Yes, classy move, very classy move. So I think, so now f4, either f4 or bishop e5. Now white is maybe, if you delay, let's say you don't take on e5 or you don't push f4, then white might consider going f4. Yes, but yes, let's say bishop e5, d takes c. I do have rook e5, I do have queen e5 as well. Yes, both captures are working. I can even continue f4. Yes, this is quite complicated. I can go f4 here as well, because my position is so well protected. But let's say it takes, rook e5 does not make much sense to me. But taking with the queen, it does make. Yes, but it is interesting that Alexandrov didn't see anything better than just already going for knight e5 and trying to bail out. Yes, let's not forget that Alexandrov, maybe in the beginning of 2000s, he had 26, 20 plus, or maybe 30 plus. Yes, what opening was this? Manuel vs David. Yes, it was this d4. e4, c5, d4, c takes queen d4, knight c6, queen d3, knight f6, knight c3, e6, bishop f4. And here I can say that one guy from he was presenting Russia, and he switched to Montenegro nowadays. If you open his games, you will see that he plays this line quite often, and I played him last year in European Championship, and here I was I checked his games and I prepared, and a6 was the strongest, long castle b5 and e5 queen c7. That was my game against Skvartsov Andrei. And here, yes, Manuel went d5, and honestly I don't remember and I don't know anything after d5. So while I was considering, while I was thinking here, I saw that knight b5 might be interesting option for for white to play. Yes, maybe am I missing actually something like t takes c? But no way, like queen d8, king takes d8. Yes, this does look... Yes, maybe d takes c didn't like David. Yes, the point is if e takes d, then knight b4 comes. So long castle d4 we realized. So knight b5, e5, bishop e5, knight takes e5, queen g3. All this we more or less figured out. And yes, queen e7 you have, but I guess after queen e7, rook d4 is unpleasant. So knight fd7, f4, and a6 was played by Manuel. And yes, knight d4 is forced, no doubts. And after knight d4, black does have knight g6 and knight c6. You know, after knight c6, white has knight f5, but I like more knight f3. And this is like a really complicated position. This is really complicated because you don't have you are piece up. White has only 2 pawns for the piece, but the problem is being that very hard to complete your development, because where to develop your bishop and castle short side, like bishop d6, knight c6, bishop c5, g7 is hanging. Yes, bishop e7 you can try, but always knight f5 or queen g7 is there. Yes, you don't have much options with the d7 knight. Yes, this I guess it was played. Let's just check it. Yes, knight takes d4, knight c6, knight f3. Players are we are so far guessing their moves. Yes, bishop c5. Yes, you have bishop c5, you have bishop e7. You can take knight d4, you can go some queen a5. But queen a5, bishop c4, I don't like. My bishop is so well placed on c4. Maybe g6 can be an option, you know, maybe g6. Maybe g6 I should already go. Yes, queen f6 you can try. Let's say I go g6. Yes, g6, what should I do? Bishop c4. My idea was to go something like bishop g7. But this is too complicated, no? This is too complicated. I can take here, but I'm also having some jumps, some unpleasant, like bishop f7 is an option to play, and then knight is coming to g5. So this is very complicated. Like king g8 is not possible, king f8 is not possible. Yes, queen b3 is coming. You have king e7, you have king e8. I guess king e8 is the strongest. Yes, let's say I go knight e6. Yes, queen f6 you can go. Bishop b2 you can take. Queen e7 is also working. Yes, it is interesting. Knight d4. Knight d4 was played. So yes, I guess white should take with the knight, because what else? If rook d4, I guess bishop c5 finishes almost the game. Yes, and if queen g7, there is bishop takes d4. So knight d4 was played, and here it is very much interesting to see what will black do. So bishop c5 you can play, of course. Bishop d6 I don't like. Bishop e7 you can go. Knight c5, knight f6 I don't like much. And with the queen, queen f6 you can try. Queen c7, b6, queen a5. Yes, what about if bishop e7, then at least I can take. And so what about bishop c5 if I continue? Yes, this makes a lot of sense. And now let's say if I take, you just play queen f6. And now I'm forced. Now I'm forced to take. And we are getting such an endgame where, yes, where I don't see any problems for black. Yes, I can go some bishop c4 maybe. Yes, e5, then you have like whatever you want, knight g4 or knight e4, I don't know. Yes, bishop c5, and if I go knight f5, then here g6 is enough, I guess. G6 is more or less enough, but wait, queen c3 is coming. Queen c3 is coming. So do we have any more moves? No, we don't have moves. Yes, queen f6 I don't like at all. Knight f6, knight c5 is complicated. So I guess black really wants to go bishop c5 or g6. But g6 does look... no, g6 I don't like much. g6 I don't like much, though it's possible. Now g6 you should consider e5 with the idea c6, also bishop c4, bishop g7, let's say, and here these tactics are coming. Yes, you know, this is complicated. Let's say bishop c5, let's say I go knight f5, forcing you to play g6, I play queen c3, g takes f, queen h8. Yes, here you should play queen f6, I guess. And what do I have here? What do I have? I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything. And this is probably a very unpleasant position for white. Because what to do? Queen f6, knight f6, e5, queen f5. Rook d7, queen c3. Yes, I'm in trouble. Yes, if I take queen g7, queen f6 is there. Yes, maybe I have this, but I'm not sure how good knight f5 is. Maybe you have this. You know, maybe. Yes, maybe. Okay, let's see. Are we having any updates? 94, 94. Yes, queen e7 was played. Wow, this is insane. Bishop c6, b4. So what is this? Like, I can take on a3 and what? What if I take queen a3? Because rook a1 is simply nothing. I can take rook d1. b5 you don't have. Rook d8, rook d8. Wow. Let's queen a5, bishop c4, b5, bishop b7. Yes, probably Angie is telling us queen a5, bishop c4, b5. No, but queen a5, bishop c4, b5, then bishop is coming to d5. Let's say if something like this, then bishop d5 is very annoying move. If you want to play b5 here to stop bishop c4, this is very much possible. But anyway, this looks complicated, you know. I always can go e5, e6. I always have these jumps with the knight to f5. I think Manuel really wants to go bishop c5, and I think he will play bishop c5. Maybe I'm blundering something, but at the moment I have this feeling that bishop c5 is the strongest. Now something interesting happening here. Like queen does not have much squares. Queen a4 is an option, and I can start with rook d1, but I just don't see why should I do that. Let's say b5 you don't have. Yes, rook a1, just rook d1. And what is happening? Like, how does... Like rook d8? Okay, first of all, just bishop takes d8 and moving queen away. And even if I take with the rook, then I'm just fine. And let's not forget that c1 is also hanging. So what's the point? Why Emin decided to go for these crazy ideas? Like knight e5 isn't working, g5. I will just take h take g5. He does want to play. No, but that is very risky. So some bishop c4, sacrificing everything. Like bishop c4 you can, but let's not forget that at least rook e8 is finishing the game. Wow. Yes, young generation of players are very ambitious. They are not respecting anyone. Like I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. Like what I'm blundering. Like queen a3. What's the idea after queen a3? Rook a1, just rook d1. Rook d8, queen c1 or rook d8. Bishop c4 or at least rook e8. For some reason rook d1 was played. Wow. No, friends, really. Either I'm blind, which is probably. Yes, I should. Like, why queen a3 is not working? Rook a1, like I can take if I want. Like rook d8, you want? Okay, you are welcome. Bishop takes d8 or. Yes, g5 I saw, of course. Yes, g5, but okay, let's say I'm just taking h takes g. Wow, knight g5 and bishop h5. This is the idea. Let's say g5 I saw, of course, but h takes g, and you want to take with the knight. Probably this is the idea. You take with the knight. Yes, g5, I don't have anything. Wow, it's insane. It's insane. Wow. Wow, and it does work. Wow, g5. Yes, h takes g, knight takes g5. Yes, f takes g, bishop h5. Am I already lost? Wow. So that's why you took. And bishop d8. Yes, Harapetian plays this game very, very classy. Like rook d8, queen d8, obviously. Queen d6, I can choose between many options, like between queen c7, queen takes a3. Yes, I guess both moves are working. Yes, if I want to play very solid, very safe, I can go queen c7. If I want something crazy, I can take on a3. Yes, you have queen f7, you have maybe some other queen e6, but maybe black is already getting some advantage. So this is better, definitely. Not much, but if only black can be better. Yes, you can take queen f7, let's say king f7, b takes a. Let's say this. But what do you want? Let's say just bishop takes a5. Yes, I guess knight d4 is the only move you have. Yes, but this shouldn't be. Yes, I have bishop d5. I have maybe bishop d7. There is knight b3. Bishop a4 is coming. No, but queen d6 is very risky because I can just take the pawn, no? And maybe some knight d4 or... Yes, but if I want, I can go queen c7 also. And queen c7 was played, so I did not guess queen c7 and e5. And as we can see, and g6. So, wow. Wow. So Manuel did not play g6 because of probably bishop c4. So we went queen c7, stopping bishop c4, e5 and g6. So wait, what is happening? If I push e6? If I push e6, then some knight f6 probably. Or what? Like, sorry, maybe knight c5, knight b6, knight f6. Because f takes c, knight e6 looks already very, very risky. Like, do I have knight f6? I guess I have it. I guess I have it. Yes, I have it. Yes, very interesting game, and players are on fire. Yes, I'm just confused even to suggest a move like e takes f. You can take with the king probably. Okay. And queen e6 was played. Wow. Wow. Yes, I think f takes c will follow. B takes a. Bishop takes a5 will follow. Knight d4. And why I am having problems? Why I am worse here? If I just go bishop d5? Yes, f takes, b takes, bishop a5, no doubts. And yes, here also I don't see much for white. So knight d4, yes, with the knight d6 and knight c6 threats. I don't think I have bishop d7, yes, because of many reasons. One of them is knight f5 and the other is knight b3, so I should play something like bishop d5. And what are we having? What are we having here? Yes, you have knight f5, but it's not much actually. Yes, king h7 I will play. But you know, you jump knight e7. Yes, very interesting. Probably white got something. Yes, because if I take knight d4, yes, I don't like this much. Knight f5 is coming. e4? But what? Bishop e4? So knight e6? I move my king somewhere. But where? Where exactly? Ah, yes, I'm in trouble. Rook d7 is coming. So king f7, and you have... Yes, you have many moves, like bishop c4 is an interesting move. Yes, queen a3 or g5. Yes, insane tactical idea. But do you think we should resign? Why should I resign? Why, let's say, bishop e8 is not enough to make a draw? Yeah, e4 after bishop d5. Thank you very much, Angie. Yes, and black is probably better. So takes rook takes e5 was played. Bishop d3. Rook e7 back. And knight f7. Yes, black is already better, like, at least practically. Yes, what if I start taking the pawn? Yes, takes. Yes, probably you jump with the knight. I should go back somewhere here. Yes, but only black can be better. But if I don't take, then knight e5 is coming. So it's not like I have much choice. It's not like I have much choice. Now, Pranesh is in. Pranesh is having better position. And wow. Yes, as I told you, we will also follow, and I will try to cover Sigeman round robin tournament as well. So first round, you can see that many strong players, known names like Arjun Erigaisi against Juvenjun, women's world champion. Anton Korobov is facing Nodirbek Abdusatorov. Yes, Mark Andrea Maurizi is facing Vincent Keimer, and we are having Svidler against Nils Grandelius. Yes, probably not much here to say. Yes, and a3. Yes. Here, one of the possible moves for white to continue is e3. White also does have queen b3. Yes, so a3. I assume the idea is to push a2 e4. Yes, d takes c was played. So let's briefly check the other games. So knight c3, bishop b4, queen b3, a5. And g3, knight f6, bishop g2, short castle, knight f3. Yes, some years ago against Nodirbek, I played bishop b4 myself in Grand Swiss. He played knight d5, bishop e7. If I'm not mistaken, he played knight f3, d6, d4, knight f6. He went knight c3, I took the pawn. I played d5 to stop e4. And bishop f4. Here the line is to play, if I'm not mistaken, short castle. But I played knight h5. And I guess he played bishop g3. Yes, he played bishop g3. Game ended in a draw. Yes, here he is thinking. So what do we have here? Yes, this is known. Yes, queen c8, but if I'm not mistaken here, this, yes, queen c8, and if d takes c, knight fd7 is the move to play. Yes, some years ago I played it against Tigran Harutyunyan. So Tigran took on c5. I played knight fd7. Yes, later on I got very unpleasant position. I guess here maybe I played knight c6, but knight fd7 is the strongest. So something like this follows. c6 takes and knight a5, bishop d5 if I'm not mistaken. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Yes, and we have the first improvement or new move by Arjun Erigaisi, bishop d2. Yes, I assume the point is if c takes d, some rook c1 is coming. Yes, we will come back to this game, and here we don't have much at all. So let's go to our game. Yes, and here e4 was played, and yes, players are just no, but it cannot be worse for black, right? If accuracy is 99.3 or 99.6, it cannot be bad for black, I assume. Yes, bishop f5 was played, takes 95, queen c2, and this is probably very slightly better for black, not much. Yes, but slowly Nigalidze outplays his opponent, because knight doesn't do anything on d6, the other knight on f6, bishop on g6, and of course I don't think white is better, or white is much better, but at least I like white's position, though I think black does not have problems. So what's the problem here? So g4. Should I play f4? Or should I go bishop e3? No, bishop e3 I don't like much because it allows g takes f. Yeah, Zaven Andresyan is playing Timofey Pereverzov. Yes, here as we can see, no, but to me, how I understand this chess.com accuracy, if after 15 moves, for your side accuracy is 94 and 6, or let's say 97.7, so most likely you are not worse. Or let's say if you are yes, because 90, almost 95 accuracy is quite high. Yes, hello to Vahe Danielian. He just had his game against Artur Davtyan. Game ended in a draw. Yes. Yes, and seems like, no, here it does look. What should I do? King c7 should I play, or king c7, maybe rook takes f6, g takes f, rook d7, king goes to c8. Oh, it can be interesting, like where to go with this king. Because this, rook f6, rook d7, king c8 probably, king b8, like rook b7 I guess, and then bishop h3. So king c8, and I'm just playing bishop h3. This does look very, very unpleasant. Like, wow, nice question, very deep question. Can you explain if there is any difference between anti-Berlin exchange and delayed exchange Spanish? Was thinking about it a few days ago. So look, the point is, yes, we are discussing this position and something like this. You know, like, probably not much difference. Yes. But maybe some players, recently I heard that I guess Kiri said, or maybe Grishuk, or maybe even Tomaszewski when they were analyzing with Grishuk. So some players know how to exploit, yes, this pawn on a6. Like for me, personally, me, I don't have any ideas how can we exploit it. Yes, but some players, they are aware, and but the thing is, like, doesn't matter you take bishop c6 or after bishop c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c. Black has so many ways to complete the development, or so many ideas, healthy moves. Yes, that it's not like you are really getting some advantage out of the opening. It's just type of positions like you are trying to play. Yes, and black is having many different options, and many of them are just around equal. So I remember if this was played by Anish against Ding Luren some years ago. Maybe it was even candidates tournament. Wow, c3 is a huge mistake. Wow. So f4 was played, f takes c3, and I assume h4 is coming, no? h4, you go d4, I take h take. You take, and how do I... This is the idea or what? h4, so great. Yes, you know, here bishop h5, knight h3 was played, knight e2. Yes, Davtyan goes g4, and here c3 is a huge mistake because h4. And now the problem is being g3 knight is hanging. So where to go, what to do? If you move the knight somewhere, then g3 comes. Like, I am not even sure that like knight f5 you want, knight h1, knight e2 probably can be knight e2 was played, because if you go d4, then this is obvious that h takes g finishes the game. Yes, you cannot really take, so you should take here. Let's say I'm taking g takes f. You take rook f2. I think I go g3. Yes, you take it. I go knight g4. So knight e2. And yes, I don't have bishop d6. Obviously, bishop f4 is coming. What about g3? Yes, d4, let's say. D3, b4, g takes f. Yes, and here at queen f2, maybe I have this, like knight e4. But what about rook f2? Yes, I can take here. And yes, probably black is better. Wow, they traded e4, bishop a2. Yes. Yes, rook a1, probably I have some bishop c3 maybe even. So knight b5, threatening to go rook d7. Yes. So Hovik Karapetyan played such a classy game, and nothing left to achieve a draw. How do we achieve it? I think we achieve in this way. Takes, we go bishop e7. Like, what do you play? My idea is to take on a3. If you go knight b5, then at least I'm having like bishop d3 is enough, bishop c6 is enough. So I should go a4. I continue bishop c2. And now, yes, or even I have this bishop c5, which is quite, I don't think you can really go knight c8. So knight b5, let's say bishop c6. And game is about to end in a draw. Yes. Very classic game by Hovik Karapetyan, who will achieve a draw very soon. Yes, g3 was played, d4. Yes, g takes h, king h1. I don't get the point. So most likely g takes f. Queen g takes f. Yes, if queen f2, then knight e4 is there at least. So rook f2 is the strongest. I will take queen e4. Yes, and d takes c. And then moving the knight somewhere, like knight d5. Yes, bishop e4, bishop e6, bishop e7 was played. And yes, so knight b5, there is bishop c6. Yes, a4, bishop c2. Yes, you just don't have moves. Knight b5, bishop c6, game ends in a draw. a4, bishop c2. Yes, bishop, no, not even bishop c2, bishop c5 is also enough, because bishop c2, maybe bishop d7 is there still. But let's say this, yes, a5, my idea is already to play something like bishop b4 and try to win a pawn. If you go bishop d7, then I'm having this bishop c5, which is very unpleasant. Like, you don't have knight b5, you should already go knight c8, and knight is very badly placed on c8. So I think already here maybe knight b5 is the strongest, and then a4. Going knight b5, a4, and making a draw. Yes, here we are having a complete mess. Like 95% accuracy for Shahinian and 98 for Petrosian. So this is insane, and position does look complicated. White wants to go h5, and it is going to be very interesting. And what are we having? And let's go back, like e3 was played, b5 and 95. Yes, maybe going g3, bishop g2, short castle. Okay, bishop d6 is an option to play. Bishop b7 I also can go. Yes, bishop d6, I think knight e4 will follow. So bishop d5, rook c1, takes, he takes d4. And the point is, so bishop d5. So what should I do? Should I jump knight b6? Okay, let's see. Knight b6, I guess Jew wants to play queen e6. Yes, if I go knight d6, then it does not make any sense. Let's say knight b6. Yes, I guess something like queen e6. Just to take there. Yes, bringing the forces back. No, but it does look very interesting for black. I have this. I can also play bishop f4. Because I just don't see anything better than what I suggested. Like knight a5 does not make any sense. Knight d6 as well. Maybe bishop b4 is an option to play. No, but bishop a4, bishop b4, like already such a moves are there, like b6 and with the queen b7 ideas. Yes, also I have knight d5, also knight c6. But even b6 if I play, I don't see much. Bishop e7 is not working, queen b7 is there. Knight b6, there is queen b7 anyway. Yes, I don't think I have any problems. Though you can start maybe taking some of my pawns. But what if I go knight c6? What was your point? Because if you take, I just take with the queen and check. So knight a5, yes, knight a5 you can go. Yes, this and here I can have problems. But still, knight d5. Okay, takes, takes, queen b7, and black cannot be worse. Yes, knight before knight d7 is there. Knight b6 was played. So yes, I guess queen e6. She does want to play queen e6. Knight a8 will follow, queen takes e5 will follow. And here we are having bishop f4 or knight c7. Wow. So bishop h6 was played, threatening already maybe in some positions knight takes e5 or queen takes e5. So king b1, avoiding this pin along h6 c1 diagonal, knight c5, and h5 was played. So it's a mess, dear friends. It's a mess. So what do I have? Can I just play bishop somewhere? Let's say what is happening if I just play bishop d7 or bishop e6. Yes, no, it does not make any sense for black to castle short side, so it is obvious that they will look opportunities to castle long side. So bishop d7 or bishop e6, I like, yes, knight e6 was played. So what is happening? Another interesting move. Wow, not bishop d7 even here. I was thinking about bishop d7, but so knight e6. I should it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all for any of players to figure out. Let's say I have a h takes g, and h takes g was played, and h takes g is a bad move. Though what else? Yes, I guess h takes g will follow, because bishop f4 there is knight e6 at least. And what's the point? Does he want to push f5? No, but knight d4, rook d4, bishop f5. Yes, h takes g, and here after knight b5, bishop c6, a4 draw was offered by Emin Ohanyan, and of course Ovi Karapetyan accepted. Yes, and after queen f2, Arsene goes knight g4, maybe even much stronger move than we expected. Because d takes c is not really working, so queen h2 is a checkmate threat. So let's say I go queen f4. Yes, but queen f4, the problem can be that I just take queen e4. Yes, knight g4, but you don't have anything like d takes c, then simply yes, queen f4, and here if bishop b6 or bishop a7, then I just take queen g4 and I'm fine. Yes, if you take here, then I'm forced to take with the rook to attack your knight on g4, and still I'm not losing. Still I'm not losing. But no, I am probably, yeah. Not bishop b6 or a7 or d6. Bishop e7 is very annoying move. Yes, takes bishop h5. The point is why do we place our bishop on e7 to not allow opponent to take rook h4. So bishop h5, and now white is forced to play h3, takes, and this is a very unpleasant position. Of course, rook g8, rook g4 is coming. Bishop f4. Bishop f4 was played. So, but what is happening? Like, yes, this does not make any sense at all. Yes, I will just play queen e6, which forces you to make like to go queen f3 and moving the bishop somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly. b6, a7, d6 maybe. No, d6 I don't like because bishop d6 allows something like this, and then jumping with the knight. I guess bishop b6 or bishop e7 maybe even. And white is just black is just piece up. Yes, you can take queen e4. So what's the problem with queen e4? I guess it's queen f3, huh? Wow. Yes, accuracy dropped. No, it is already showing more winning for black. Yes, it takes d. And surprisingly, long castle is already in accuracy. This was played. Knight f d7, knight f3, a6, knight e5, it takes bishop b5. Yes, knight f3 takes queen c7, g6, king b1, h5. Yes, here just not taking on g6. Yes, queen e7, and white is in huge trouble. White is in huge trouble. Let's also check this game because it was very interesting. Yes, knight f6 takes g takes. Yes, queen f6 also works. Yes, the strongest move. Ah. Yes, we didn't miss much. Yes, what are we having? Yes, this is winning for... Yes, queen e6 was played, queen e1, this is winning. So if not, yes, here position was around equal. So c3, h4 was blundered. And then g3, knight g4, yes. Yes, this was interesting game, like after it takes f. Bishop b4 was another option, yes. Yes, takes, rook e8 is coming. Yes, king c8, not king c7 because of rook f6, king c8. And black is just like pawn up with very safe position. Yes, black is... Yes, this is completely lost. And what was the evaluation before 95? So look, it just round equal. 93, f4, it takes g takes, rook a8, or 95, he jumped. Yes. Yes, queen c2 was not precise because queen c2 was done to not allow knight f7, to have bishop f5, but yes, it's just very bad. Yes, Pranesh is going to win. And still players are trying. So what are we having here? Yes, it's around equal position. If not, d takes c5, bishop c5, e5, and white is being better. Yes, queen b3 by Arjun. Well, it was bishop d6, so knight e4, queen e7, queen h5. Yes, still Marc Andrea Maurizi in his prep. Yes, he is threatening already to take on d6 or to take on f7. Black does have bishop e5. Also, black can go short castle, which looks interesting. Yes, you can go bishop c7, you can take it, you can go short castle. I don't see any issues with short castle. Yes, what are we having here? Yes, knight c6, rook e8, knight d4, knight takes d4, e takes d, and here knight d4 and d takes c. Yes, it is interesting. Are we having any results? Not. Yes. Vladimir Povosyan lost and he's facing Navar Tayrapetyan. It is going to be very hard round for Vladimir Povosyan. Yes, we see that Vaibhav Asrian, after losing to David Shahinian, he probably lost another game. Yes, to Haik Manukyan. So bishop d7, computer does not like that much. Yes, for example, knight takes f4 or knight takes d4, bishop e6 was possible, bishop d7. Yes, but I guess more or less very human approach. And yes, queen b6. And why? Queen knight d4, probably queen b7 is the move. Bishop c6, queen b6. Yes. Yes, so far it was interesting because like d5, very interesting move. And it takes d. I was thinking about knight b5. Why knight b5 is not working? I was thinking for a long time this. So d takes c. Because e5 it takes d might work. D takes c, queen d8, king d8 we considered. But queen a5. Here I did not see. Here I did not see. Like c3, d takes c. So some queen d2. Yes, already here. Yes, Pranesh is completely winning. Manuel Petrosyan has very good chances to win his game, and Arsene Davtyan is also winning. Like knight e4, knight f4, knight g5 is the move or what? Yes, knight g5 surprisingly takes rook f6 is there, but you can just move your queen somewhere. And what other results are we having? Yes, this is winning for Stefan Povosyan. And yes, Gaius Nigalidze is having some problems. And Eric Hakopian is probably better, though it's not that easy. And bishop c7 was played by Vincent. So he didn't want to trade his dark squared bishop with the knight and allow opponent to. I'm not sure about queen e5, how strong queen f5 would have been, but at least d takes c5 and forcing short castle, because if not short castle then knight d6 would follow. Short castle and maybe, who knows, maybe some attack along h and g files. Yes. Yes, here what do we have? We have some bishop f4, rook d1, e3. I like e3, you know, I like going e3. Yes, bishop f4 don't get the point. Rook d1, you can go e3. I like e3 more because I don't care much about a4. I will just play queen d3. D takes c, bishop e3, of course. Yes, you can play d6. Yes, but after d6 I will just play. Yes, I can take, go bishop e3. I can go rook d1, maybe direct rook d1, though I don't like it because of some bishop g4 ideas. Wow, wow. This was prep of Arjun. Yes, Pranesh is completely winning. And queen d6 was played by Davtyan, which simply forces to take knight g6, queen g6, rook f6, queen g5, queen e4, king d8. Maybe not the easiest variation to go, and Davtyan has only 3 minutes, but his position is winning. Yes, whom Alexa again is facing? Sergei Sklokin. Yes, let's check a little bit more, and we can maybe slowly finish. Yes, here something like bishop e2. It was important not to take on g6 for some reason. No, I don't think it's possible to find queen b6. Like queen b6, knight d4, and queen b7, bishop c6, and queen b6. And even there, black is doing much better. So it's possible to show 89, but position is very unpleasant. Yes, for example, what is here? Oh, come on, this is not like white is white has done 90.9 accuracy, and position is completely lost. Yes, 90.6, and position is completely lost. Wow, what is this? 94. F takes c, knight g4 probably comes. So that's why knight takes c4, d takes c, rook c5, e takes f, bishop f3. F5. What is happening? So yes, I'm not expecting anything else. So knight d4, and If rook takes d4, just bishop f5, huh? Or yes, let's say bishop takes f5, or because this does not make any sense, like queen goes d8. Yes, here just bishop takes f5. Maybe this. Yes, queen d3. Does he want to play this? Or I was thinking about d3, but already it does not make much sense. Yes, you can go d6, but maybe he really wants to go b3, bishop b2, attacking the pawn. And how do you want to protect it? Like going queen f6? But I can always increase the tension by playing rook a d1. Or you want to make the bishop and move the bishop and then go c5. But if bishop goes in c5, then e3. Yes, I like his decisions. Because I'm threatening b3, bishop b2, and rook a d1. Yes, once again, thank you very much, dear friends, for being with me, watching the stream. And yes, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, to write in comments section. Yes. Yes, I think slowly we can finish our today's stream. Yes, I'm just trying to find different ways to cover. Yesterday we have done about little bit longer than 1 hour. Today we are about 3 hours live. And honestly speaking, I'm already a little bit tired. Yes, but today, except let's say end of the stream, we were mainly working ourselves without using any engines. Yes, this is some small details that we changed. Yes. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Angie. Bye. Yes, hope you. Yes, hope it was interesting for you, because I really tried to do my best, and yes, I was really trying to make stream useful for the viewers. Yes, as well, Arjun is well prepared, and he came up with this new idea of going bishop d2 and then placing rook on c1. Though I should say that what Zhou Wenjun played is not the like it is possible, and d takes c, knight f d7 comes, knight d7, knight d7. Yes, but no ideas. I don't have any ideas what's the strongest continuation after bishop d2. Yes, I'm sure that the way she played was fine. Bishop d5, bishop takes, and this position even might be very, very fine for black. Okay, thank you very much, dear friends, and hope to see you tomorrow. And let's see, do we have any results? Yes, nothing is there. Thank you.